everyone, this is Crafty Decoria. I hope you're all doing great. So today I will be doing a Dollar Tree craft with me. I will be making a hula hoop shelf for my daughter's room. So the supplies that you would need should you make this for yourself are 2 hula hoops, and the size of these are 24.5 inches or 62.2 centimeters. Now, if you were doing a unicorn hula hoop shelf for a unicorn theme room, then these hula hoops would be absolutely perfect, and you wouldn't even have to spray paint them or anything because they would look super cute. For this DIY, however, I will be spray painting them. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the spray paint. I do try to keep it Dollar Tree, but for something like a hula hoop, it's just a lot easier to spray paint it. And I did pick this Valspar paint and primer in black flat. It is an indoor-outdoor for wood, metal, wicker, and more. I got it very inexpensively at a dollar store by my home. So I just am going to go ahead and use this just to make the process a little bit easier. But definitely, if you have Dollar Tree acrylic paint or even Walmart paint, any kind of paint, you definitely could paint it on if you prefer. I also have the Dollar Tree press board decor boxes. Now, if you cannot find these particular ones, they also have the glossier boxes that have the succulent prints on them. You can use them. And at my Dollar Tree, they have just been bringing in boxes that look like this, but they are all wood, which would be really nice if you like a farmhouse theme and you don't want your shelves to be painted and you would like to stain them. Those would work out great, and I will be on the lookout for some of those because I do want to make a shelf where I can, or a hula hoop shelf where I can stain the shelves. But for this one here, I will be painting them with my Dollar Tree acrylic paint over here. I have some white and I also have some black. Now, before I glue these together, well, first, this hula hoop shelf will have 2 shelves on it. So each shelf will consist of 4 of the boxes glued together, just as I have them here. Now, before I go ahead and glue them together, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the wooden heart pieces and flower pieces, and then where they have been glued, I'm just gonna give it a light sanding, and then with my E6000 glue, I'm gonna go ahead and glue the 4 boxes together and make my 2 shelves from that. Once that has dried, I'm gonna go ahead and then take my white acrylic paint and then give these a couple coats of white paint. So I have painted my shelves twice with the white paint, and then I dry brushed some black on there just to make the shelf look like it's a weathered piece of painted wood. Now I'm going to start gluing my shelves to the hula hoop. So to do this, what I did was I just placed the first hula hoop down. I placed my shelves where I wanted them to be. Now I don't have exact measurements for this, but all I did was I just roughly measured the same distance from the bottom of the second shelf to the hula hoop, and then the top of the first shelf to the hula hoop. And I tried to get them the same number, as close as possible anyway. Then I just laid so once I placed my shelves where I wanted them, I laid my second hula hoop on top. And then on the shelf, I'm just going to mark out where the hula hoop is resting, so that when I remove the hula hoop, I could add my E6000 glue. I know right exactly where the glue needs to be, and then I can just lay my hula hoop on top. Then I will allow that to dry for a couple of hours at least. And then once that's adhered somewhat, I will turn the whole thing over, and then I'll do the same thing to the other side to glue the second hula hoop on the shelf. Now you can see here on the bottom, I did not paint it, but it would be a neat idea. If you wanted, you could have the shelf where it's flat on top, or if you turn the whole thing around, if it was painted, or if you want to leave it like that, then you would have the shelf where it has a lip, so that if you wanted to place certain things inside and you didn't want them falling off, then you have the lip of the boxes. So if you paint both sides, then you can definitely flip this either way and then use it as a shelf. Now I used a Sharpie just to mark out the lines, but I think it would be better to use a pencil, because then you can go back and erase that. But for the life of me, I can't find a pencil, so I just use my Sharpie, and then I'll just touch it up with a little bit of paint so that you don't see the lines of the Sharpie. So after applying the E6000 glue, I just took some painter's tape and taped down those areas where I glued the hula hoop to the shelf, because they were lifting a little bit. And these boxes, there was one that was a little bit uneven on each shelf, so it wasn't laying exactly flat, but just holding it down with the painter's tape really helps to keep the hula hoop in place. Turned the hula hoop around, and now I'm ready to place my second hula hoop on top. For the other side, I've added my E6000 glue, marked out my area, and now I'm just going to place that on top, and then again I will just let that dry. Guys, so here is my hula hoop shelf, and oh my goodness, I couldn't be happier with how this has turned out. I do believe I'm gonna go back to the Dollar Tree and pick up some more hula hoops and hopefully find these decor boxes and make some more of these, because this was super easy to put together and really very inexpensive for the final result here. And I just absolutely love it. Now, I originally was going to make this for my daughter's room, but I believe this is gonna stay right here, and I'll just make her another one. But just some little pointers to share with you excuse me, if this is something that you would like to make. The E6000 glue, it everything seems to be bonded very nicely. Now you can see I have a few items on each shelf. They're not super heavy. Anything heavy that you would want to place on these, what I would recommend is that you just pre-drill some holes, and then you can place some screws through the hula hoop to the decor box, and you're going to get a much stronger solid piece. So I would recommend that if you want to put heavier items. But for lighter items, this seems very sturdy and it's holding everything really nicely. Another option is if you didn't want to place any screws or anything like that, if you don't have power tools, what you could do is purchase the Dollar Tree nautical rope, and starting from the back you can use your hot glue gun and then just glue it all the way around. When you get here to the hula hoop, just butt it up nice and tight, glue it onto the hula hoop, down, and then all the way across, and then back around to the back. I think that it'll just really give it an extra way to just hold everything together, the decor boxes, the hula hoop, and also it will add that jute to give it a really nice farmhouse look. Now also at the bottom here, I went ahead and I added some glue, hot glue, to each seam where the boxes joined, and all I did was I added my hot glue and then I took a glue stick and then ran it across quickly, and this way it gave it a nice smooth finish. Also underneath here I placed some Dollar Tree LED lights, and when I do make this for my daughter's room, she's gonna love it because this is also going to act as a night light. But even in a living room, if you had these, even a couple of these on each side of a mirror, and then these lit up at night, how beautiful would that look? And again, very, very inexpensive. I think I have 4, 8, 9, 10 items that I purchased. In the US, that would be $10. Here, it would be, would that be $12.50? You know, very inexpensive. And then buying a couple of LED lights. Now you could place 4. There are 4 boxes. I only placed 2, but if you wanted it lit up some more, you could do that. You could place some underneath on the bottom shelf. If this is hung up higher, then again it also acts as a nice night light as well, which I think is really, really great. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And again, it was so simple. Anybody can put this together. The longest part was waiting for the paint to dry and then waiting for that E6000 glue to dry, but very, very simple. And then I just did the brushing the shelves or painting the shelves white and then dry brushing that black to give it a little bit of a worn painted piece of wood look, and I think it just all came together so beautifully. Well guys, that will do it for this DIY. I really hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share the video if you can, it greatly helps my channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy the content that I'm sharing, then I would so love it if you did. You guys take care of yourselves, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Bye-bye.